I've been making apps for 15 years, mostly for other people, then I got laid off. So I built my own. I posted about it, a lot of you watched my video, and now 1,700 of you are using the app, which is crazy. Drop is an app that I built for me, that you can use to record an audio idea on your phone and drop it into your DAW on your Mac. And the comments and emails have been amazing. In this video, I want to walk you through how Drop actually works, and then show you what changed because of your comments. You open the app and hit the red button. The recording syncs to the Mac, and then from there you drag it straight into your DAW. You can also start recording without opening the app now. Action button, Control Center, shortcut Siri, or by long pressing the app. The long press is actually my favorite. It shows you the last 3 folders you've been recording to. So I can pick the right one and start recording without thinking about anything else. The whole point is the speed. If an idea shows up, I don't want to think about file names or folders, exports, airdrop, anything. I just want to record and start as soon as possible. All recordings are stored in a private part of your iCloud, similar to how voice memos work. Only Drop can see them. That's why there's no account to set up, no server, no subscription, and no one else can see your audio, including me. That was important to me, and I know I'm not the only one. I don't want my audios to be used for AI or something like that. The first time you run the Mac app, it asks you to pick a folder on your computer. So what happens when you drag a recording into your DAW, like Ableton Live? The file gets saved into that folder. Your DAW points to a real file in a folder you know, so that reference stays stable. I always forget to hit collect and save in Ableton Live. One less thing to think about. And once you drag the recording into your project, you can delete it from Drop. The file stays in your folder. Some of you asked about iCloud Drive. The files are not there. Like I said before, they're in a private part of your iCloud. Only Drop can see. You can always export from the app when you need a file outside of Drop. By default, Drop converts the file to WAV when you drag it. That, to me, solves another issue I had with voice memos. When you import an M4A file into Ableton Live, it treats it as a 16-bit. I don't know why that is, but when Drop converts to WAV, files recorded in ALAC keep their full 24 bits. ALAC is lossless, basically WAV with compression, so you don't lose quality. It also works on Logic and DaVinci. Ableton Live is just my preferred DAW, and I built the app around it. You could decide to use the iOS app only. You can import audio files from other apps like voice memos. You can also export them to other apps using the select option on the list and export them to any other app. When I shipped version 1, a lot of you asked the same things, so I went back to work. With the new version, you have new capture points. As I said before, you can press the action button, Control Center, toggle, Siri, shortcuts. It has a live activity dynamic island that works better than before. Now the playback is better with Control Center playback. You can see a fake cover of each folder you save into. I made exporting and importing a bit more intuitive and easier. Also, there was a bug when importing multiple files that I fixed. On macOS, I fixed some minor bugs, but I also added some settings that you requested the most. Actually, a lot of you asked me for removing the icon from the dock. On macOS, I also fixed the way that the files are saved. And also, if you toggle from exporting original or WAV files, when you export a file and it's an original, it will be an original. But if then you go to the settings and export again with WAV file, it will export also that. So you will end up with both files on the folder. So it's been a lot of work on the last 2 weeks because all the comments that I got, all the feedback that I got, which is amazing. I really appreciate that. Drop is free for up to 25 recordings, but honestly, that's not really a limit. If you drag the recording into your DAW and you don't need it in Drop anymore, you just delete it, record another. 25 is a working limit, it's not like a teaser. When you delete a recording that you already exported, it's not going to delete it from the folder. You could always use the app and delete the recordings and use it again. I built this for myself, but also for people who are between jobs or trying to make content with whatever they have. I never wanted to make an app that costs a lot of money or logs you out on a subscription. If you can support it, Pro is right now $4.99 one time, and there's a tip option in the app. There's no subscription, you own it. Let's see how this works. I might increase the price a little bit in the future if I add more features and stuff like that, but I want to make it one purchase. I really appreciate all the support that you've been giving me, guys, from the other video. It's been crazy. Yeah, thank you. And I don't like the direction that software is going, where you end up renting everything and owning nothing. Drop is one-time purchase on purpose. Like I said, most of your comments are in the app now. Thank you for the feedback. The action button shortcut, the shortcut to start recording. Also for people that couldn't find the Mac app icon, now the first time the app opens, it tells you to look up and look at the menu bar. A quick look at what's next, and the most common question I got. iOS 18 support goes next. I tested it already, it works. And after that, the bigger one, new audio engine. This is closer to how Ableton Note records, with a wider stereo, less compression, more options for the microphones. Some of you mentioned these in the comments, that band rehearsals get squashed by the iPhone's compressor. This is one way to fix it. My wife and I have been working on different designs so that if you just want to record, it will be easy. But if you want to go into details and change the settings, you will be able to do that as well. I've been working on the iPad UI so that we use the most of the real estate that you have on the screen. And then Apple Watch, still need to research that, how to do it, but I want to make sure that the recording in the app is the best as possible and that you have all the options. Right now you can select mono or stereo, and then you have the format. But I want to give you guys more options. And now the most common question I got, the whole architecture is private iCloud. The moment I add Android or Windows, I need a server that you need an account. You will have to pay me monthly. For now, it's going to be only Apple devices. Having said that, I know there's other options like saving into the iCloud files. I will take a look at that. But right now, my focus is concentrated in recording and making that part the best possible way to record, because I think that's one of the most important things. Drop is free on the App Store, link in the description. Email is hello@wasabi.cat. We read everyone, I reply to everyone, so yeah, feel free to send me a message. To the people who bought Pro, genuinely, thank you. It means a lot to me, and I get to keep building these instead of looking for another job right now. So yeah, I'm really excited for the future. Thank you. So yeah, thank you and see you on the next release. Bye.